Hey everyone, in this video we're visiting a beautifully handcrafted tiny house with some amazing woodwork inside. It's just 19 feet long and 8 feet wide, but it still has everything you need in it. A kitchen, bathroom, living and dining spaces, 2 lofts, and a covered porch. Some of the unique things we love about this home are the rows of windows along the roof line that let in a lot of natural light, the living room furniture that can fold away to create more space if you need it, and the wooden shower with the exposed copper pipes is pretty cool. We're going to give you a full tour in this video. Let's go check it out. This video is sponsored by Omaze. They're offering the chance to win the tiny house of your dreams while also raising money to help people experiencing homelessness during the COVID-19 pandemic. Stay tuned till the end to get all of the details on how to enter, and you can also visit omaze.com/exploringalternatives to find out more. This tiny house is just 19 feet long and 8 feet wide, so it's actually quite small, and that includes the covered porch as well. But you still have everything you need in here. So when you first come in, you're in the living kind of dining area, and so there's this table here with 2 chairs and a couch on the other side. And what's really neat is that the table and the couch both fold away so that you can have a wide open living space if you need it. So the chairs fold away, the table drops down, and the couch folds up, and then you have this wide open space. Let's say you want to do yoga or work on a project or have more people over, you can do that. The first thing you notice when you come into this tiny house is the beautiful custom woodwork, and you can see it in the wood used in the counters and the door handles, some of the really interesting joinery on the shelves and the ladder, the beautiful handcrafted window frames, and the Japanese style light fixtures. There's also a lot of open shelving here, which is great. You can put your books out and your plants and your favorite things, and it makes the space feel a lot more cozy. And then it's also nice if you're living here to be surrounded by your favorite things. So moving into the kitchen here, it's a small galley style kitchen. So on one side here, we've got a big sink, 3-burner propane stove with an oven. And then there's a lot of storage underneath the sink and underneath the oven. And then there's open shelving for the dishes over here. On the other side, there's a small bar fridge, a toaster oven, and lots of preparation space here. So I really like that there's this extra counter space. When I'm cooking, I like to be able to spread out and have things everywhere. And then more open storage here for food and different things. There's another cupboard down here that's actually pretty deep. So that could be for food storage. A small drawer here for cutlery. There's another shelf up here which you could use to store fruits, paper towels, and then more counter space, not necessarily for food preparation, but you could definitely put a few things here as well. And there's a small closet here for clothes, which I think is a great idea. A lot of times in tiny houses, we'll see the clothing storage up in the loft, which seems convenient. But what we've heard from people living in their tiny houses is that they always have to bring their clothes down to the main floor to get dressed, because it's easier to get dressed while you're standing up. So I think this is awesome. You can put all your clothes down here. There's space for lots of hangers, and then there's another drawer down below, and it just seems like a more practical storage option. So in the kitchen, you can also see a lot of the really beautiful woodwork. So this is one of the examples of the Japanese style light fixtures. And over here you can see these shelves are put together, it looks like without any screws. And so they use different types of wood and use these little pieces to kind of join everything together, which is pretty interesting. And then you can see in the kitchen counter and in other pieces of wood throughout the house that they use different types of wood just to add little special accents. And so it just makes the space feel really unique and really special. And then behind this beautiful handcrafted door is the bathroom. On the left side, there's a bucket style composting toilet, and they have peat moss for after each use. And on the right side is the wooden shower I mentioned at the beginning. And so they've epoxied the wood so that it's waterproof. And it has exposed copper pipes, which is a style that I really love, and there's even a custom copper shower head. And in the shower, there's also a fan to exhaust humidity, which is always a good idea. Here in the bathroom, underneath this little shelf, is a little trap door that we found by accident, and it leads into the utility closet that's on the outside of the tiny house, and it looks like it's here just to make it easier to do maintenance if you need to access your hot water heater. Over here in the corner by the front door is the heater. So the main heat is this ceramic wall heater that just plugs in. And they also have a radiant oil space heater here that you can use for supplemental heat. This house is just connected to the electrical grid, and for water, they have well water coming into the house with a hose. One tiny thing that I would change about this house is I would probably modify the door to swing outwards so that you don't need to always keep this space clear. There's 2 lofts in this tiny house. The one above the kitchen is the main loft, and that's got space to sleep 2 people. And the one above the door is smaller, so that's got space to sleep 1 person, or it could be a storage loft as well. And the ladder tucks away nicely right here. And when you want to use it, you just pull it forward and move it over. And the ladder has 2 hooks at the top that fit into holes in the floor to secure it before you climb up and down. So this is the double loft. There's space for a double bed up here, and there's also storage on either side of the bed, which I love. You just lift this little lid and you've got space on both sides for clothes, books, and it just helps keep it tidy. So I really love this idea. This is a gable style roof with dormers, and then it's got windows running along the roof line all the way from one end to the other on both sides, plus windows that open at either end so you can get ventilation up here. And I just love this almost 360-degree view that you have when you're up here. You can pretty much see everything that's going on around your tiny house. And up here there's a couple more really beautiful Japanese-style light fixtures. There's one hanging between the 2 lofts here, and at the head of the main bed there's a really beautiful built-in triangular-shaped light fixture. There's also a handle in both lofts to make it easier and safer to go up and down the ladder, so you have something to hold on to while you're going over the edge. We're so excited that we got to spend some time in this tiny house. As soon as you walk in, there's just this peaceful energy that comes over you. And I think it has a lot to do with how much work and love went into crafting every single part of this tiny house. You see it everywhere you look, and it's pretty much a work of art. It's pretty spectacular. We hope you enjoyed checking out this tiny house, and we'll put a link to the builder's website in the description below. We're also super excited to be collaborating with Omaze on this chance to win a custom tiny house built by Modern Tiny Living with a value of up to $100,000. If we won, we'd probably choose to customize their co-coasting model. It's 24 feet long with a loft that has lots of headroom. The U-shaped living room looks bright and comfortable, and it has a spacious kitchen with a big fridge and a washing machine and loads of storage. We would probably add a railing on the outside of the stairs for safety, and we'd set up the built-in table as a home office for the 2 of us, and we'd probably convert the open shelving at the entrance into small closets to hold coats and shoes and avoid clutter. I think it would be a perfect tiny house for us. When you enter to win a custom tiny house, you're also helping raise money for PATH, which is an organization whose mission is to end homelessness. During the COVID-19 pandemic, people experiencing homelessness are at higher risk, and right now PATH is continuing their incredible work by providing street outreach and operating interim housing facilities. So to potentially win the tiny home of your dreams and support a great cause, go to omaze.com/exploringalternatives to find out more. Thank you all so much for watching. We really hope you're doing okay and staying safe during this difficult time. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.